Podcasting from the Chicagoland area, this is Game On with Jackson Stewart, where we discuss men's lifestyle, focusing on sex, fitness, relationships, business, and more. We'll be interviewing the best of the best, the hotshots, and the rising stars in the worlds of modeling, fitness, cooking, and more. Influencers who are discussing keeping it sexy while at the top of their game. I'm your host, Jackson Stewart. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the game.
This is Dale Valor.
This is Pamela Ross.
This is Trinasia.
And you're listening
to
Game On with Jackson Stewart.
Game On with Jackson Stewart.
Game On with Jackson Stewart. Killing them!
Follow Game On with Jackson Stewart on YouTube at Game On with Jack, on the official blog www.gameonwithjack.blog, and at the news store www.gameonwithjack.shop. Keep it sexy and game on.
Good people, sexy people, welcome to another edition of Game On with Jackson Stewart. I'm your host, and as always, want to welcome you guys to the show, and I really appreciate you guys taking time from your busy schedules to tune in, check out, and give a listen to what we are talking about over here. Took a couple of weeks off. Really do appreciate you guys giving me that time, and some of you guys are like, "Hey, Jack, great show." Some of you guys are like, "Hey, hope everything's good." Yeah, man, just needed some time off. That's all. And literally just took a break. Didn't plan anything, didn't schedule anything, didn't line anything up. So I really recommend it. And, I'm going to do a show talking about when to just get off the wheel, and when to take a break. So that'll be coming up. But back at it, got guests lined up in the near future. So excited about that. First and foremost, want to make sure that I remind you all to check me out on social media. You can go to YouTube, and it's at Game On with Jack, patreon.com, Game On with Jack, the blog, gameonwithjack.blog, and Twitter, at Game On with Jack. And you can check out gameonwithjack.shop, where, new merchandise, new ebooks and material are being posted. So want to make sure that we got that bit of information out. And our return show, of course, has to be an Ask Jack, where you guys sent me questions over time, and I have picked and pulled, and am going to do my best to give these the solid answers that they all deserve. So, want to thank you guys for always tuning in, always checking out the show. Love the feedback, and it's nice to know that the topics that we discuss here, the guests that we have on here and so on, that it means something to you guys and that it does help you level up the game of life. And, whether it be if you're listening to shows about business or about fitness or about relationships or about fashion, cooking, whatever the topic is that we're discussing, it's good to know that these shows are having a positive impact on you, because that's why I do them. So appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that more than you know. So, first question up, we've got Urban Explorer writes in, "Hey, Jack, love the show. How do you find a balance between city life and nature adventures in your lifestyle?" Urban Explorer, thank you, first up, for the compliment. Glad you like the show. Second point, I'm not really an outdoors guy, but I'm not an outdoors guy. And what do I mean by that? So some guys, like, they wake up and they go through their work week just knowing and surviving and looking forward to the fact that on the weekend, they're going to be fishing all weekend or camping or whatever it is. Or you got guys that, you tell them to go outside and build a fire or something or hang out in the woods, and they're like disgusted by it. Well, I'm neither. I don't thrive off being out in nature for prolonged periods of time, but I'm not against it. So I'm in the middle, I think. I've been camping, I've been hiking, I've been out, I've been fishing, I've been out, hanging out with outdoors people. So I'm situationally an outdoorsman. If I'm out with a good group and that's their thing, I go out with them. I don't bitch and moan if it's cold or wet or whatever it is, but it's not my go-to thing. Now, that having been said, if it's your go-to thing for you to enjoy life, if this is what gets you through the tough moments of city life or the tough moments of day-to-day bullshit at work and the memos and the emails and the meetings, etc., well, then the balance is literally up to you. And I believe that if you listen to yourself, if you listen to your body, if you listen to your emotional state, like if you know that you go camping or you hang out in the woods or you hike all day Friday or all day Saturday, and Monday you're good, you're at peace, you're rejuvenated, you're refreshed, then that's your balance. Get that Friday in. And if you can, get some on Saturday. But if you go on Friday and on Monday you're just as burned out and ragged as you were Friday before you went out, or Saturday before you went out hiking, then you need more. You need more of your natural adventure. So the balance is, first find out how much you need and listen to your body. Feel your reactions. Are you tense? Are you stressed out? If you don't get out into nature twice a week or once a week or whatever it is, if you're good with X amount, that's your spot. That's your balance. And you have to strive for that balance. Maybe you got to take a day off. Maybe you got leave that you just don't touch, but taking some of that leave to get out there would be beneficial. And maybe some of the city life could put you in a position where you do have to get out in nature. Maybe part of that balance is there's a different route you can take to work or home that takes you through, a forest preserve or more greenery or more nature, more nature-laden routes. Maybe not that far from your job, there is one of those like city-kept greenhouses or I forget the word. I'm looking this word up. It's like, and I can't say, oh my God, this is so funny. It's one of those places where, they have a bunch of trees and stuff. And yes, I'm actually looking this up. Yep. Arboretum. That is the word I was looking for that I could not find. But there may be an arboretum near your job or where you live, and you can, you can include it in your day-to-day walks or lunch, whatever. So that's how I suggest you find the balance. Your body has told you how much it needs. Your lifestyle, your essence, your core, your emotions have told you how much they need. Listen to them and look for unique ways to get to them. And I'm pretty sure that some of the ones I've listed will work for you. So good luck with that. Next question, Fitness Fanatic 42. What are some effective workout routines for busy men? How do you stick to your fitness goals? We get these kind of questions a lot, guys. Like, how do you stick to the goals? How do you keep at it? And I get it, right? Because that's one of the things about working out is like, can you stay with it? Because life hits you, whether it be work or family or friends or your health, which is, kind of funny because you're trying to work out to get healthier. Things pull at you. And so you have to make an effort to, keep these fitness routines to stay healthy. So effective workout routines for busy men. Number one, anybody who's listened to the show long enough knows I'm a kettlebell freak. And I like kettlebell workouts because they're fast and they're efficient. If you don't like kettlebells, I get it. Consider HIIT, the high intensity workouts. Consider Tabata, which is very similar to HIIT. But look for these workouts that keep you constantly moving, very little breaks, if any at all, for a short period of time. There's tons of them on YouTube. So let's say you travel, you're in your hotel room. Most hotels offer some free form of YouTube, or pull it up on your phone. Look up HIIT workouts, look up Tabata workouts. You can travel with your kettlebell if you're driving. If you're flying, ship it to yourself at the hotel. You don't have to spend 45 minutes to an hour in the gym. That's old thinking, right? You can do shorter workouts, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, more consistently throughout the week and get just as good of a bang, if not more, for your buck. How do you stick to your goals? Number one, why are you doing it? if your why is to, the doctor told you got bad numbers, you want to fit your clothes a certain way, you want to get more energy, like you have to write the shit down. So when you're when you're going through that third brutal bone jarring workout, when your joints hurt from throwing that kettlebell up in the air again, not throwing it, but swinging it, like you need to go back to your why to keep you in the game, because your body is going to tell you that the pain of your exertion, it doesn't like it. Our bodies are designed to move us away from pain. Our brain moves us away from pain. It's primal wiring. But the logical part knows why you're doing this. And that's what you're going to remind yourself. Well, I'm doing this because X. I'm doing this because X. And also make the why very personal. You're not working out so you look good for this person. You're not working out, so that so you can show this person that they shouldn't have broke up with you or that you're in better shape. No. You work out for you. There's no external reason why you're working out. Because if you're working out for yourself, you're that much more likely to stick with your goal. Also, you can get an accountability partner, somebody that you can say, hey, like, I don't feel like working out today. And, they can kind of inspire you and be like, nah, man, you've been doing a good week or 2 weeks. Keep at it. But make sure an accountability partner isn't somebody who's going to make you feel like shit if you miss a workout, because you're going to miss a workout. It's just the stars just ain't going to line up one day and you're going to miss one. But it's, can you get back up the next day and get back at it? So look at fast, intense workouts. Always consult a doctor before you change your workout routines or start a workout routine. Once they give you the green light, ease into it. Go for a high and intense and efficient workouts. Write down your goals, write down your whys, and just look at them when things start getting tough. We have a tech guru writes in, how do you stay updated with the latest tech trends, Jackson? And what gadget can you not live without? God, I feel like I may have gotten this question before. Tech guru, did you write me this before? I go by trends. I go by tech based on my needs. So sometimes I'm not always up on every iota of tech because it just doesn't fall in my lifestyle. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe this gaming console just isn't something I'm looking at, so I'm unaware of what it can do, or this type of cell phone or that type of car. But what helps me stay very up to date is I have friends that are hardcore up to date with technology, and I listen to them. So when they suggest something to me, I pay attention. And that is really what keeps me up to date. I've got friends who are, up on like the latest workout trends, and not fads. They're not, I'm not saying you want to follow fads, but trends. Things change. We discover new ways of doing things. These people keep me sharp. They're like, hey, Jack, did you check out this? Here's this link. Here's this video. Here's this TikTok. I listen to it. And if anybody's listening to the show, they know who they are. So I surround myself with people who are following different lanes of technology, and they're gracious enough to let me know. And I listen to them. At least I listen enough that I check it out. Like I'll look at the video or, and figure out if it's something for me. Gadget that I cannot live without. I got a MacBook and I got a Microsoft Surface Pro, whatever the latest model is. And those two, I can't live without them. Like they're my workhorses, they're my production studio, they're everything. So definitely I'm going to say my Mac and my Surface Pro. And a cell phone. And I'm not one of those guys who like walks around in the store with his earbuds and yelling at people on the phone. And so I'm looking freaking important. My cell phone just lets me text people, stay in contact, read emails, catch up on TikTok, look at porn on the fly. No, yeah, but really, I mean, the most important thing about my cell phone, it lets me stay in touch with people I care about. Whether it be a quick text like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while, just looping back and checking on you, or if it's a full-blown conference call, or if it's an email I got to send out. So those three things are pretty important to me. Next question, Cooking Maestro. What's your signature dish and what cooking tips do you have for men who want to improve their culinary skills? Cooking Maestro, great question. I love that you guys put these usernames that you want with these questions. It's pretty awesome. My signature dish, although I don't eat it throughout the week, I save it for the weekend. I'm an excellent breakfast guy. So I do an amazing stuffed French toast. So I make this, ain't the healthiest. I create like a cream cheese filling, and I make my French toast. Milk, egg, vanilla extract, cinnamon, and after I cook the French toast, I put the cream in between and serve it up, and then there you go. I also love to make tomato grits. If you've never had tomato grits, y'all ain't lived. It's just white grits with like a tomato sauce with onion chopped up into it and flour, so it's kind of like a gravy. And you put that on top of savory grits, not sweet grits. Put it on top of savory grits, and that's some good eating. So if we're not talking breakfast, I'm pretty good with cooking steak. I do make a wicked meatloaf, and I make baklava, which most people don't expect that I know how to make it, but I make a pretty damn good baklava. So those are my signature dishes. What cooking tips do I have for men who want to improve their skills? Try, be adventurous, pick up a cooking book. If you don't want to pick up a cooking book, look up a recipe online and follow it. I know lots of guys like, oh man, I want to make fettuccine Alfredo, but I pulled up the recipe and I read some of it, and no. Somebody made that recipe who tested shit out. A recipe is very simple because it's math and it's English or Spanish, whatever language you're reading it in. It's just math. 3/4 of this, half of that. Cook it at that temp for this long. The only variation you have in cooking is the time it takes for heat to turn this into whatever. That's why I tell people, even though it says 20 minutes at 425, nothing wrong with opening up the stove and taking a look at it, because stoves vary, because altitudes vary. So, don't just follow the recipe, but don't follow the cooking time blindly. Like, just don't get up and walk away and come back in exactly 20 minutes, because things can burn. So, keep peeking in on it. But yeah, definitely try new things, try new recipes, have fun. If you're not having fun with your cooking, you're doing it wrong. And I literally believe your bad energy is going to come out in the food and it's not going to taste good. But have fun, man. Have fun, sample. When I cook I have fun. I put on music. I'm probably going to have a little drink while I'm doing it. Not too much. I don't want to burn my house down. But I'm enjoying myself. It should not feel like, oh my God, I have to cook today. No, I enjoy cooking. And celebrate it. It's celebrate even if you make a mistake. If you make a bad batch of damn cookies, take a picture, laugh at it, post it on Instagram, share it with your friends, whatever. But like when you kick ass and you made like a really great meal, take a picture of it and post it somewhere or send it to your friends, whatever. Like, because you're building on successes, and eventually you're a damn good cook. And I think last would tell guys about who want to improve their culinary skills, never stop learning. I don't care how good you get at cooking fish. Well, guess what? There's a whole world of cooking chicken out there. And if you conquer those two, well, guess what? There's beef, or there's veggie platters, or there's desserts. And like, approach every meal with wonder, like, oh shit, I'm about to make something cool. Even if you're heating up a frozen pizza, you can add stuff to a frozen pizza. It makes it yours, makes it unique. You can put your spin on it. So definitely those are my tips, and I hope you guys enjoy cooking. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. And if you have not heard his interview, go back and check out two chefs, come to think of it. Second episode ever, Chef Kenny Gilbert, kick-ass chef. And most recently, I had on Joe, I want to say his name was Joe Gatto, but Chef Joe. Check his episode out. An awesome guy, really cool, and talks a lot about what it is to be a man, what it is to be masculine and manhood and take care of business, but also the guy's like amazing in the cook, in the chef. I'm sorry, amazing in the kitchen. He makes everything from scratch. That's his move. Chef Joe, everything from scratch. Pasta, his milk he gets from his own cow, or gets it from a cow. He's done that, so it's pretty amazing. Next question, Anonymous. How do you define your fashion style, and what advice do you have for men struggling with their own fashion choices? Great question. Because fashion, right? What's a man without fashion? Well, my own fashion signature, my own fashion style is, so I have several. I've got my casual. I got super casual, which is like always jeans. I love boots. I got a pair of real nice, like, gym shoes, and I love distressed t-shirts, so vintage. I've got like an Atari t-shirt where the logo looks all worn out. I do like, musical shirts. So I've got like, I got a Notorious B.I.G. shirt. I've got an AC/DC shirt. So that's my super like casual. Business casual, a nice pair of jeans. These are the jeans I don't wear every day. They're typically very dark. I wear them again with nice boots and either a nice button down that can roll up the sleeves. I hate short sleeve button down shirts. I feel like I'm Dilbert. Or a nice t-shirt, a nice high-end t-shirt. Maybe it's a V-neck. Maybe it's like a nice polyester blend. If I'm dressing up, I dress up. Talking suit, tie, or suit and a dressy V-neck shirt or a crew shirt collar. So those are my fashions. I don't have just one. I do like accessories. So you always see me with some kind of bracelet or a fashion friendly watch. Have to slow down to say that. And also weather makes a big impact on what I'm wearing. Right now we're about to hit fall. I'm a black man loves flannel. I'm all about that flannel, man. Shit. And but in the summer I'm all about linen. I'm all about clothes that breathe and being comfortable. So my style, if I had to say my fashion sense, my fashion style is stylish comfortability. I love to be comfortable. I hate wearing clothes that make me uncomfortable. If I'm being uncomfortable, then I'm not in the best mindset to do whatever it is I'm there to do. I mean, if I'm there to work, if I'm there to entertain, if I'm there to educate, if I'm there to have fun, I can't do it if I'm fidgeting at what I'm wearing, and that'll drive me crazy. Advice I have for men that are struggling with their fashion choices. This kind of goes back to the balance question earlier. Find out what you like to wear. Find out what makes you comfortable, and then lay that next to what's acceptable and find the happy medium. So let's say you only like wearing jeans and t-shirts. Okay, that's fine. Now, where you have to go every day, whether it be work or school, is that acceptable? So if you can't wear that to work, what makes jeans comfortable? Well, is it the feel of jeans? Is it the looseness of boot cut? Well, there are khaki pants, or dress pants, or slacks that give you that same feel. A t-shirt. What is it about t-shirt makes you feel good? Well, you don't like buttons and you don't like a tight fit of a button-down dress shirt. There are fashionable t-shirts that you can buy and wear that will give you the same relaxed feeling of a t-shirt and jeans. And then eventually you probably have a dress down day at work. Well, that's when you pull out your jeans and stuff. But make sure, know the rules so you know how to break them. If it's dressed down, if it's business casual, that's nice jeans and not looking like you just rolled out of the gutter. But find what you like that makes you feel good and find out how to apply that into the environment in which you have to go every day. And I think that will totally help you with your fashion sense. And like the same thing with cooking. Experiment, try. Go to the men's section of a store. It could be anything from Kohl's to, Brooks Brothers or some high end place. I don't even know if Brooks Brothers still exists. I just pulled that out of my high end mind. And just try stuff on. I guarantee you'd be surprised that there are fashions that you normally would detest at the very thought of that you'll find comfortable. But you got to experiment. You got to look around. You got to try it out. So that's it for the fashion sense. And got time for one more, maybe two more questions. Let's see. Bookworm Bob. What book has had a significant impact on your life, and why would you recommend it to other men? Oh, hell, that's a good question. I know we've talked about books in the show before, because I think a book is just it's bound, ready for your access knowledge. It's not going to run off the page. You don't have to rewind it. It's just there waiting for you. And I think there's no greater place in a city, with the exception of a church and a hospital, church, mosque, temple, whatever it is, hospital, and a library. So there's several ties I got to go with. Tools of the Titans by Tim Ferriss is an amazing book. Tim Ferriss, if you guys don't know, is an amazing, was a blogger, I think still blogs, but he hosts a podcast. He talks to all these amazing people from different walks of life, celebrities, business people, just people with just tons of life experience. And he boils down their interviews into key points that you can apply to your life. So I think that's a great book. Think and Grow Rich really did show me the power of changing the way I think and see things. The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. Og Mandino is a great author. Just anything he's written. God, there's so many more. Think and Grow Rich, I want to say, is by Richard Kimbrough. The Black Choice. For the Black Choice, it applies it to minorities, and I think that's a great book. And The Secret, which, whether or not you subscribe to the idea of the law of attraction, you cannot deny that if you have a negative mindset, that success is that much more difficult to obtain. And The Secret really does an amazing job of making people look inward and pointing out the fact that the first place you have to change anything is inside. And I think it does an amazing job of that. So those would be the books off the top of my head. There's so many more that I know as soon as I'm done answering this question, are going to come to mind. I'm like, oh my God, this one. But I think those are at the top of my list. And so, last question that we're going to squeeze in is, let's see, travel enthusiast. What's your favorite travel destination? What travel hacks do you have for men who love exploring the world? All right, travel enthusiast. I am not worldly in traveling. I've only been out of the country to a couple of places. My favorite place I've been so far, a place that really took my breath away, was San Francisco. It was just beautiful. I didn't expect it to look just standing out there on the dock, looking out there at the ocean, seeing Alcatraz, seeing the Golden Gate Bridge, all that, and like the fog roll through like that. That caught me off guard. I did not realize how beautiful that was going to be. I've been to Colorado. The mountains were breathtaking. They also just like blew me away. So those two places definitely I would go back to in a heartbeat. travel hacks that I have for men: learn from people who are better travelers than you are. I think that's the most important hack I've got. There are people who know how to pack more efficiently, how to move through an airport more efficiently. Get that pre-flight check-in. I hear that's an amazing thing to do. I hear it's totally worth it. Scout out the airport, online before you go. So you're not up there like staring at signs and asking everybody for help. Take a look at like your ticket online. Where are you supposed to fly out of? What terminal? And then look at the airport website, and they'll tell you, oh, well, you want to come into this store and the terminal's right there. Like, so don't go in just blind. Know where you're leaving from and know where your destination is. Other travel hacks: be patient. Be prepared for shit to go wrong because you're traveling and stuff does go wrong. Don't argue with the people at the airport. It's not going to do you any good. Be polite. Be grateful. At the end of the day, it's about getting someplace safe, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong that could get in the way of that, and you want to get where you got to go safely. And if you do that, you should be grateful no matter what. I don't care if you got delayed. I don't care if shit got lost. You landed on the ground. You got to go to your loved ones or go back to work, whatever, in one piece. Be grateful. And lastly, have fun when you travel. Like when I travel and I'm stuck, I get stuck in the airport sometimes. Shit, I'm like, all right, well, I'm about to enact my $25 or $50 shopping spree in the airport, which is going to give me one magazine and one Kit Kat or one candy bar. And shit, look, I don't worry about things I can't control. And I've had delayed flights, jacked up trains, jacked up cruises, whatever. If you can't control it, you having a heart attack about it is going to do no good whatsoever. So those are my hacks for traveling. I hope they help out. And we've got more questions, but I'm going to do those on another show, another Ask Jack. I really do love these shows, guys. They are fun. Sign up for the new Game On with Jackson Stewart email list to get the free 15 Confidence Commandments immediately. That's gameonwithjack.aweb.page. YouTube, Game On with Jack, patreon.com, Game On with Jack, and Twitter, Game On with Jack. And go ahead and hit the Game On with Jack.blog, and new stuff's coming in the very near future. You guys are awesome. You've been listening to Game On with Jackson Stewart. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to subscribe, leave me a review, stay connected on all social media, and until next time, keep it sexy and game on.